Join the Discord, check out the Patreon. New tier list is out. I forgot to, oh my, this is huge, guys. I dropped the new tier list. You're literally gonna get fucking rank 1 after this. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna get rank 1 silver 4. Look at this shit. Got the new tier list. As you can see, we've dropped like fucking 5 coaching VODs in the last few days. Plat Fiddle gets coached. Gold Grace, 3 coaching videos in a day. Tier list is out. Check it out. You wanna climb? Hey guys, and welcome to my Season 11 Graves Jungle Guide. I'll be making a lot more guides this year, so make sure to leave a like and comment for which one to see next, as it helps the channel greatly. I hope this video is what you're looking for, and I also hope that 2021 is a great year for all of you. As far as the runes go, I would recommend Fleet, Triumph, Alacrity, and Last Stand in the Precision tree. The interchangeable things are Bloodline if you want to have better sustain in late game but do less DPS. This will help you solo objectives freely and sustain better throughout fights, but make you clear camp slower in the early game. You can go Coup de Grace instead of Last Stand if you have a clean up style instead of a frontline one, but that defeats the purpose of the build you're going for. This build mostly revolves around stacking your grid and just being a drain tank and eating as many spells while dodging as many as possible as well. As far as your secondary tree goes, your best options are Domination and Inspiration. You can go Eyeball with Ravenous Hunter, as they're by far the 2 best trees for Graves in that tree. If you want to go with a consistent way of getting free income, Magical Footwear and Future's Dead are also very good but provide less sustain. Make sure to grab attack speed to be able to get your E off ASAP and to have better clear speed with DPS early game. You don't need armor runes unless you're versus a full AD team, and you can take MR for AP heavy matchups. I would always recommend taking HP runes for a mixture of both. So your final setup will always be attack speed, adaptive force, and HP slot or MR. The other popular variation of Graves that a lot of people are playing in Korea, China is the Phase Rush Gale Force build. The runes for this are pretty much the same thing every game unless you want to change Alacrity for Bloodline, which we've already gone over when and why you should do it. So your primary rune page should look like Phase Rush, Nimbus Cloak, Absolute Focus, and Water Walking. Secondary should be Triumph with Alacrity or Bloodline. Different to my other Graves guides, this year around you can go with aggressive summoner spells. So if you're an aggressive jungler that can do a lot with snowballing, then consider running Ignite or Exhaust as a high risk / high reward manner of playing Graves. Versus a champ like Zed, you can go Red Summon and Exhaust to make them basically worthless in fights. Whereas against a champ like Katarina, you can still go Exhaust but build an early execution to counter her even harder, so 2 for 1. Against a champ like Nina or Red Cane, Ignite would be your best bet. You can run Flash against champs with Hard Engage or spells you must dodge. So Oriana Ball or Shockwave, Malphite R are pretty important spells you would have to dodge in actual fights. You can also run Cleanse if you're playing to hard CC champs like Twisted Fate, Leona, and Gragas if Merc Treads aren't enough. For the most part, Ignite and Flash should be your top 2 summoner spells to take alongside Smite, as Ignite saves you a potential 800 gold from your core items, and Flash is just the best spell both offensively and defensively. Item builds are by far the most important thing in League, so for the Fleet build, your triple core will always consist of Shield Bow with Phantom Dancer and defensive boots such as Mercs or Tabai. The only items we would ever buy before our triple core would be Doran's Blade or Executioners depending on the amount of gold we have. As an example, if we have a Noon Quiver with boots and we enter shop with 800 gold, we want to prioritize Longsword with D-Blade. That will give us exactly 800 gold. If we have 1400 gold, however, we would buy a Vamp Scepter with a D-Blade, because we don't really ever want to buy a Crypt Cloak as an early game item because it gives little to no synergy with our actual build. You don't have really much attack speed and don't have much crit odds either way. The Doran's Blade will give you great early game and great mid game stats you can consistently rely on, and Vamp Scepter is also very strong at those stages combined with the blade itself. Obviously getting D-Blade will set your core further away, but for the early mid game you don't really get to 6 items as Graves for the most part anyways. As far as Executioner goes, if you do not take Ignite, you can literally buy it on your first back even before any of your shield bow components. It's by far the best item in the game for the price of what it does. Once you have your 3 items, the next item really comes down to the champions you're playing into and how far ahead you are. If you're extremely ahead, you can go for a BT or IE at this point. IE versus squishies that you won't get many autos off on, and BT versus champs that will dive you and give you many auto attacking opportunities. If you're versus heavy AP, you can get a Spear Visage, and versus heavy to get a Death Dance. If you got the early executioner, then you can also complete your Mortal Reminder. If you're playing to many tanks, then Lord Dominic's Regard and Black Cleaver also become viable options. At the end of the day, items 5 and 6 don't matter as much, and it mostly comes down to picking the 4th item properly. So this is an example of a typical build I would run in Graves. So my first item would be Shield Bow, my second item would be Tabai or Merc Treads, third item would be Phantom Dancer, fourth item would be BT or IE, we already explained which and why. Fifth item would be Spear Visage or DD. You can also get SV as a 4th item, but it really comes down to, again, how heavy AD or AP enemy team comp is. And your last item is pretty much anything. Mortal Reminder, Guardian's Angel, Lord Dominic's Regard, Black Cleaver, Cyrilda's Grudge are all very good options. The Phase Rush build is a lot less complex and pretty much the same thing every game. Your double core will always consist of Gale Force and Collector. You can still go for an early D-Blade and Executioner as we discussed earlier, but it really comes down to your gold. You can also opt to not go for defensive boost and grab the Berserker Greaves as you don't build much attack speed with this setup. Again, the items after your core depend on what you're playing against and how ahead or behind you are. Your first 5 items should always be the same and get IE or BT before one another depending on priority. So your typical item again, number 1 Gale Force, number 2 will be Tabai, Mercs, or Greaves, number 3 Collector, and then after that you'll get IE or BT depending on what you're playing into, and then 5th item will be the other one you didn't buy. So if you bought IE as a 4th item, BT is your 5th and vice versa. And then your flex item, your 6th item will be Rapid Fire Cannon, Guardian Angel, Mortal Reminder, Death Dance, or Strax depending on what you need the most. As far as your pathing, I'll give you guys the most successful path I've used on Graves. So I call this a farming path. So if your goal is to farm up as much as possible without looking for actual early game ganks, this is your best route. So you go from blue to Krogs full clear. E level 1, Q level 2, Q level 3, and W level 4. You smite Raptors at level 3. You smite the big Krug or keep it for the crab once you're level 4. And you either transition gank mid after the crab, looking for a double crab, or your gank and right back to your blue side jungle. So then right after you're back to your blue side jungle, if you got the second crab or just transition from mid, you would do your Gromp and Wolves that are level 4 into a reset. After your reset, your goal is to either look for Dragon off that fresh reset or do red side camps for level 6 or look for a gank right before. This is the best and most consistent early game path I've had to do on Graves. Remember that there are many other Graves paths you can take, but this one just happens to be the most consistent one. If you want to cheese invade or gank early, then storing a red buff is the most important thing to note. From there you can dash over the Dragon Wall and invade the enemy blue or Gromp depending on what they started. There are also alternatives like going red to Raptors into mid gank into your top side or enemy red side. You can also start enemy red into Raptors and do the same path going back to your red buff in order to 3 buff. At the end of the day, every path will rely on your laners and it will be up to you to find what path would be the best for the game you're in. If you're not so sure, just do the farming path and get a free early game. Keep in mind that some junglers are very weak early game and will outscale you later on, so it is sometimes better to pressure them as much as possible, such as AP Shyvana, Kindred, etc. As a final note, make sure to keep your grid stacks while farming in the jungle so you can stay as healthy as possible and be as tanky as possible if you're invaded. So in this portion of the video, I'm going to show you guys how to be clearing and how to utilize your angles properly. So as you know, your Graves' auto attacks go off of pellets, how his passive works, and you have a reload timer. So you want to be able to kite out camps during your reload animation and utilize the recoil aspect of, hitting his camp. So you should always be full HP doing your buffs because these buffs can actually hit you. Even though they buff the travel speed of actual buffs, make sure to be spamming your EAL CD as well. Very important. And you can do some neat things like I can auto this, wait for the burn, and then multi-camp auto this. It's a bit risky if you're not familiar with Graves, but pretty important to save a few auto attacks worth of damage. You can also kite this out here if you want to miss out on some damage, but it doesn't even matter if you have fleet. And this is leashless, bear in mind, so I'm taking more damage than I should, but yours is also a really good leashless champ, so Gromp will heal you as well. We want to save our smite for the Raptors. We've gone over this. If you're full clearing, you want to get our level 3 smite off. Very crucial. As you can see the angles, look at my mouse cursor, like where I'm moving to hit as many things as possible. And I'll just focus on the thing in front of me. It's all about your spacing and where you auto from. Remember your burns, you don't have to auto that. I can use my E here to keep my stacks. Q this. Really easy, left click to see the health bar. Go from different angles to hit this properly, smite that. And yeah, that's pretty much ideal. This is how you work your angles on the most important units, the AoE camps basically. You should have 8 stacks, so if you get invaded, 86 armor. Right there I missed my auto E. I'm not really warmed up right now, but in general it's not really hard at all. If you go and practice tools and practice this, you should be able to do this consistently after like half an hour of practice. And right now my full clear should be like 330, this is leashless, bear in mind. But in general, if you're going leashless, you should go for the crab and not your Krugs. So again, you want to click and space, so I can work on my angles like that, as you can see. And yeah, again, the path we're going over, the one you should consistently do at this point would be, I would do crab here, have a point in W. If you are too slow on this, you can do the crab instead of doing your krugs. But I will do crab here. If I have a war, I can maybe ward to make sure I get the crab if I have priority in lanes. And then I can go transition and gank mid. If there's nothing there, I would do this as well. I don't know why I did that, but obviously I'm gonna like walk through here all the way here, all the way here. I might have like a window, 15-second window to gank mid or top, or I will just go back to my camps, which are spawning really soon. But obviously I teleport over the map, so my camps aren't up. But yeah, hopefully this portion of the video helps you in your clear and your angles. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope this guide is what you're looking for. Please leave a like, it really helps the channel. I'm trying to regrow my YouTube channel for 2021 and I really want to put out the best quality possible and the best jungle content possible. So hope you guys enjoy and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.